Hey guys, welcome to Speak About Digital. In this video, I'm going to guide you on how you can easily use diagrams.net, formerly known as draw.io. I'm going to cover a very quick basic tutorial to get you going and understand how diagrams.net works. So if you have no idea about diagrams.net and how to get started, then this video is for you. Diagrams.net, formerly known as Draw.io, is a free and open source online diagramming application that enables users to create different types of diagrams, including flowcharts, wireframes, UML diagrams, organizational charts, and network diagrams. The tool offers a simple drag and drop interface for creating and editing diagrams and comes with a wide range of pre-built shapes and templates to choose from. Diagrams.net is available as an online web app, an offline desktop application, and a browser extension for Google Chrome, Firefox, Edge, and other browsers. Additionally, the tool can be integrated with various cloud storage platforms such as Google Drive, OneDrive, and Dropbox, which allows for easy storage and sharing of diagrams. Just before we start, please consider giving me a thumbs up, otherwise I will go ahead and jump right into the diagrams.net tutorial. Getting started with diagrams.net is easy. First, you need to visit the diagrams.net website. Once you're on the home page, you'll see the Start button that you can click to begin using the tool. One of the benefits of using diagrams.net is that you don't need to create an account or go through a registration process. This means that you can start creating diagrams right away, without having to worry about setting up an account or providing personal information. Once you click on the Start button, the next step is to select where you want to save your diagram file. You can choose to save it on your device by selecting Device. Alternatively, you can choose another location like Google Drive, OneDrive, Dropbox, GitHub, or GitLab to store your diagram file. However, if you select a cloud storage program, you may be prompted to grant permission to diagrams.net to access your files. After you have selected your preferred storage location, the next step is to click on Create New Diagram. If you already have an existing diagram on your computer or cloud storage and wish to continue working on it, you can click on Open Existing Diagram instead. However, since we want to create a new diagram from scratch, we will select Create New Diagram. Next, in the Template Manager, you will need to enter a file name for your flowchart. Here you have two options. You can either start with a specific template or a blank diagram. Since we want to create a new blank diagram, we will select Blank Diagram and then click on Create. If you have selected Device as your storage option, a pop-up window will appear asking you to choose the folder on your computer where you want to save your diagram. Simply select the desired folder and click Save. After selecting the folder, a blank canvas will open and you can start designing your diagram. The shapes in diagrams.net are organized into various groups called shape libraries. However, not all shape libraries are displayed at the same time because there are too many of them. To expand or collapse a shape library in the left panel, simply click on its name. By default, the left panel displays the General Shapes library, which contains commonly used shapes such as rectangles, circles, and arrows. There are also many other shape libraries available, such as Flowchart, Arrows, and UML, which contain specific shapes for their respective purposes. You can access more shape libraries by clicking on the Plus More Shapes button at the bottom of the left panel. This will bring up a menu with a variety of shape libraries to choose from. Once you have selected a shape library, you can drag and drop shapes onto the drawing canvas to create your diagram. You can also use the search bar in the left panel to quickly find the shape you need. By using different shape libraries and combining them creatively, you can create diagrams that effectively communicate your ideas. There are a number of different ways to add shapes to the drawing canvas in diagrams.net. One way is to click on a shape in the General Shape library and add it directly to the canvas. Another way is to double-click on an empty area on the canvas and select a shape from the options that appear. You can also drag a shape from the General Shape library and place it in a specific position on the canvas. If you want to add more shapes to the canvas to represent the next steps in your process, there are two methods you can use. The first method is to hover over the shape you've placed on the canvas to see 4 direction arrows. If you hover your mouse over one of these arrows, additional shapes will appear in that direction. You can then click on one of these shapes to add it and connect it to the original shape. Alternatively, you can drag a shape from the shape library and hover over an existing shape until you see the 4-direction arrows. Once you see the arrows, you can move the shape over one of the arrows and drop it. This will add the new shape to the drawing canvas and connect it in the selected direction. These methods can be used to add as many shapes as you need to complete your diagram. And from here, you can change the line selected. To move a shape, simply click on it and drag it to the desired position on the drawing canvas. This is a quick and easy way to adjust the placement of a shape within your diagram. If you need to resize a shape, the process is just as simple. First, select the shape you want to resize, then drag any of the round grab handles that appear around the edges of the shape. Moving these handles inward will make the shape smaller, while moving them outward will make it larger. If you want to keep the shape centered while resizing, hold down the Control key while dragging the handles. To rotate a shape in Diagrams.net, you first need to select it. Once selected, a round arrow called the Rotate Grab Handle will appear at the top right corner of the shape. Click on the grab handle and drag it to rotate the shape around its center point. You can also use the rotation dialog box to specify the rotation angle. To delete a shape, select it by clicking on it. You can also select multiple shapes by holding down the Shift or Command key and clicking on them. Once the shape is selected, press the Backspace or Delete key on your keyboard, or click on the Delete tool in the toolbar. The shape will be removed from the drawing canvas. If you need to select multiple shapes in your diagram, you can hold down the Shift or Command key and click on the shapes you want to select. This will allow you to manipulate them as a group rather than individually. Once the shapes are selected, you can move them to a new position on the drawing canvas, resize them to make them smaller or larger, rotate them around their center point, or delete them altogether. These tools are particularly useful when you are creating a complex diagram with many shapes that need to be moved or manipulated together. By selecting multiple shapes at once, you can save time and ensure that your diagram remains organized and coherent. To export and share your flowchart, navigate to the top left corner and click on File, then select Export As from the drop-down menu. You can export your diagram in PNG, JPEG, SVG, PDF, and more. Another option for sharing your diagram is to export it as a URL. This option encodes your entire diagram in a very long URL, which you can share with others. When someone clicks on this URL, they will be able to view a copy of your diagram, but they will not be able to edit or modify the original. This can be a convenient way to share your diagram with others who need to view it but not necessarily edit it. And there you have it, a beginner's guide to using Diagrams.net. You can check the links in the description. That helps a lot, thank you. So again, if you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up, and if you have any questions at all, please comment below. I try to answer all the comments the best I can. Thanks for watching.